Okay, good morning, everyone. I apologize that we're running a couple minutes behind on this exhibitor talk. And so I'm going to quickly hand it over to our speaker, Angela Love-Zaranka, who is Program Director at Lactation Education Resources. So without further ado, Angela, take it away.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Angela with Lactation Education Resources. I have been working in the community for breastfeeding support for over 30 years. I've been a board certified lactation consultant for over 20 years. Just want to make a couple of acknowledgments. I do want to acknowledge my unearned privilege that I have as a white woman living in the United States, as well as my limited clinical experience serving my community. I've worked in both a hospital as well as a private practice. I've been an instructor with LER for over 10 years, and my current passion is mentoring and teaching people who want to support breastfeeding families in their community. So we've been here for over 30 years. You may know us, as I mentioned, from some of our handouts. We have over 50, which are recently updated. They're in English as well as in Spanish, and they are for families who are breastfeeding, chest feeding, or offering human milk to their babies. 30 years ago, we started as an in-person lactation training program, and we did that for several years at Georgetown University and also in the Washington metropolitan area. But we noted that there were some barriers to that in-person training, and so we switched to online. I mention this because when COVID hit, we continued to do what we do best. We deliver high quality online content. Many were scrambling to get their content online, and we were already here. We're true to this. We're not new to this. We are approved by the Lactation Education and Approval Review Committee, also known as LARC. We're committed to equity, diversity, and inclusion in our content, in our instructors, in our leadership. We are committed to increasing the number of Black IBCLCs in the United States and people of color. We have a 3-tiered scholarship program. Tier 1 is that we partner with organizations such as ROSE, BIMFA, Indian Health Services, the DC Breastfeeding Coalition, the Bloom Collective, and provide them with breastfeeding education scholarships for their lactation support providers. We have the Rising Tide 2 and 3 program, which provides a complete scholarship to aspiring IBCLCs, which includes the 90-hour course. It includes the internship, test prep book, as well as the IBLCE exam fees. So question to you is, are you that person that people reach out to for breastfeeding information? Do your clients connect with you in the WIC office? Do you have a passion to help breastfeeding families? Do you see the need in your community for more lactation consultants and you want to be that person? Well, you can be that person, and I encourage and inspire you to keep going. It takes everyone to support parents in meeting their breastfeeding goals. And I know that each one of you connects differently with every single one of the clients that you serve. So I do invite you to take that next step and become a certified breastfeeding specialist. So who are certified breastfeeding specialists? Well, they educate and support breastfeeding families throughout their pregnancy, breastfeeding initiation, and the normal course of breastfeeding. A certified breastfeeding specialist supports families right away. As soon as you're complete with this certificate, then you can immediately start supporting families. And I know many of you are doing that in your communities, in your local WIC clinic. The certified breastfeeding specialist is a respected member of the healthcare team, and this is a convenient stepping stone to the IBCLC. We offer the training and support that you need to complete the certification online and on your own time. So what does our course include? Well, it's 54.5 hours of online instruction with expert educators. It is regularly updated. It is evidence-based content. We have the latest research in all of our content. And the nice thing about being online is that if something changes, we can easily just take that information and pop it right into the session and pop it right into the lesson. So it really is helpful. We can update our resources conveniently and easily as well. So it is the latest information. You can access it 365 days of the year. Most people will complete it in 3 to 4 months, although your access will be for an entire year. And one of the biggest advantages of our content is that the the CBS exam is included in the cost of the course. And the cost of the basic 54-hour content is $645. So why would you want to pick lactation education resources? Well, we strive to have our courses accessible on a variety of devices. You can watch the content on your work computer, on a laptop or a tablet, or even on your smartphone. The writing may be, I will say though, the writing may be teeny, teeny, tiny on your cell phone if it's there, but you can definitely listen to it. And you can listen to the content more than once. You can review it as many times as you need to take notes and look up resources. We have over 35 instructors from around the world from a variety of backgrounds and specialties. We have RDs, we have doulas, midwives, nurse practitioners, physicians, and of course, IBCLCs. We have people like Kathy Watson-Jenna, who literally wrote the book on infant suck, and she presents our information on infant oral anatomy. Nikisha Killings, who's part of the amazing Nikki and Nikki career lactation consultants, is one of our instructors on engorgement mastitis, on cultural humility, and soon she's going to be publishing on how to do a breast assessment on non-white skin tones. Valerie Goodman has an amazing course on breast steps, which shows how to empower and support families who give birth to premature infants and transition them to exclusive breastfeeding. And Lisa Marasco, who wrote the book on making more milk, provides an overview of maternal hormones in one of our special conferences. We're here to support your journey. And most importantly, we have group discounts for WIC directors. We have many WIC directors around the United States who do have these, who will purchase a set of seats, let's say 10 seats in order to get the best discount. So you purchase 10 seats, those seats don't ever expire. And so you can take those seats and dole them out accordingly to those, peer counselors who've maybe been with your program for 6 months. Then you can offer them that certified breastfeeding specialist course so that they can then be recognized for the level of knowledge they have. So it really is a win-win. So our team is here to help you. 7 days a week. We have somebody who's always answering our support forum, our email. We also have a phone number that you can call and actually get a live person most days of the week. And if you need to leave a voicemail, do so, because we will be checking our voicemail. You can get your questions answered by those content experts. So I mentioned, Kathy Watson-Jenna and Nikisha Killings. If you have a question specifically about her content, we can actually reach out to Nikisha or to Kathy and say, hey, we've got a question that we couldn't answer. Would you mind helping us out here? And so it really is, you do have that support from the instructors. It's not just one of those courses where you just turn it on and just let it go on and don't have any support, as well as don't have a place to ask your questions. We do that. So one example on this last point of ongoing support for your in the next steps for your lactation career. Well, yesterday we were talking about the textbook that we recommend for our content, and we were talking to our customer support team. And we were also talking to our communications team. So why were we talking to customer support and communications about our textbook? Well, it's because that our customer support people are peer counselors themselves. They are people who are working in the community. They're certified breastfeeding specialists. They're IBCLCs. And we were talking with them about what is the best content, what is the best textbook for our content, but will also help to give you the information that you need to support breastfeeding families. And so we're super excited about the review that we do on a regular basis. Our goal is to educate more lactation support providers to reflect the communities they serve. We want more babies to receive human milk. We want more people to be empowered to care for their families through breastfeeding and human milk feeding and chest feeding. So who becomes a certified breastfeeding specialist? Well, WIC staff, DBEs, CPAs, nutritionists, peer counselors will become, who would like to achieve certification and be recognized for that level of knowledge that they bring to the table beyond that amazing peer counselor training. Doulas and other birth workers, both birth doulas and postpartum support people, those people want to expand the services that they provide. Healthcare providers, such as doctors, nurses, midwives, who want to further their information in supporting breastfeeding families, and frankly, anyone who is committed to supporting lactating families are welcome to become certified breastfeeding specialists. So the Certified Breastfeeding Specialist certificate was designed for you in mind. This coursework was also created to align with the IBCLC educational requirements. And for those of you who may already have, let's say 45 or 52 hours of specific lactation education and you want to become board certified, we've created a bridge program. This bridge program will provide you with the content that you need in order to round out your education. Some of the topics in our bridge program include breastfeeding the infant with medical challenges, formula feeding, infant feeding in disasters, case studies, and we have a bunch of videos on clinical skills so that you can take a look at how to apply a nipple shield, position and latch, and maybe find a few tidbits in there that will help you in your practice. So this is the end of the presentation. I'm happy to entertain questions. This is my email address. If you want to reach out to me, by all means, please do so. My email address is alove@lactationtraining.com. And if you want to know more about it, it's lactationtraining.com/CBS. Any questions?
Great. Thank you so much, Angela. We do have a couple minutes left since we started a few minutes late. So
Great.
I am monitoring the Q&A. It doesn't look like we've received, we do have a few questions lined up. Is this course similar to the CBC courses offered?
Yes, it's similar to the other certifications which are out there, right? So the Certified Lactation Educator, the Certified Lactation Specialist, we are the Certified Breastfeeding Specialist, the Certified Lactation Counselor. So they're all pretty similar.
Great. We also got a question, how much does it cost? What is the difference between CLC and breastfeeding specialist?
So our cost is $645, and that includes the exam. And the difference, really, they're pretty much the same. It's just a certain number of hours that you need in order to show in a LARC approved course to show that you actually have that basis of knowledge to support breastfeeding families.
Great. And we've got a couple more questions coming in. How does it differ from CLE and CLC?
All pretty much the same. So those are
Okay.
just different companies that offer different certifications. And some of you may not have heard of some of those initials. And the only reason why it's a lot of them are regional. So in other words, the CLE is really well known on the West Coast. The CLS is really well known in the Midwest. And so the CBS is nationwide, and we have CBSs all across the country.
Great. Does the CBS ever expire? Is there continuing ed needed to keep it up?
Great question. Yes, it expires in 5 years, but all you need is 20 hours of continuing education, and you can get that online. You can get that at this wonderful WIC conference, wherever you want to receive that education. And I say free because there's a lot of free educational opportunities out there. We've got a couple on our website right now.
Great. Is there a group discount?
Yes, there is a group discount. So if there are 3 people, then you get a 10% discount. 5 people is a 15% discount, and 10 people, groups of 10 or more, is a 20% discount off that $645. And so, as I mentioned, many WIC directors will purchase 10 seats. Even if they only use 1 or 2, they can save those other seats for later. The seats never expire. Your access to the content once you're enrolled does expire within 12 months.
Okay, great. And we are running out of time. We did get a question about if any of the conference sessions at this nutrition and breastfeeding conference count towards IBCLC credits, and yes, they do. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me through the conference platform or any of our conference organizers about that. And if you have additional questions for Angela, I believe she will be at the booth.
I will.
You can come visit her at her booth and ask her any additional questions that you have. We unfortunately just have a limited amount this morning for this session. So thank you so much to Angela for that lovely presentation, and thank you all. And we will have our concurrent session in 15 minutes at 11:30 Eastern time. So we'll look forward to seeing you at that concurrent session.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.